The display property is very, very important when you create beautiful websites. So in the last video, we learned about display block and display inline. Now let's learn about display inline block. All right, so let's take a look. So in our example, we have two boxes over here, right? Box 1, box 2. And let's say we want to make it display side by side on the page. Let's say you are making a website and you want to make this particular layout, right? So I'm going to go to our code over here, and let's say I'm going to set the width of this particular one. So let's say I'm going to make this width to be, let's say, 40%. So since this particular class is applied on this particular div as well as this particular div, both of them are going to be 40% off the page. So since it says 40%, it's going to be 40% off the parent, which is the body, which is the entire page, all right? So I'm going to come over here and refresh, and you see this is 40% and this is also 40% of the entire page. So if I actually make this smaller, it is actually again shrinking because it wants to cover 40% of the entire page. Makes sense. Perfect. Now, the next thing I want to do is actually want to make it side by side. Why is it not happening? How can I do that? And this is where I want to explain to you about the display block property. You see what happens with display block. If I'm going to right click and inspect element, the display block property says, okay, I'm going to act as a box, but also the other property the display block property has is that, hey, I'm not going to let anybody come on my side. The entire line I'm just going to take up. I'm going to take up entire line, even if I don't need it. Even if the width says 40% or whatever, 100 pixels, if I make it 100 pixel over here like such, even if it's 100 pixels, I don't care. I'm not going to let anybody come over here on the rest of the line, all right? Even if you move it on the right or the left, doesn't matter, right? I'm going to make it 40% again, so it's easier for us to look at. All right, so that is what display block says. On the other hand, there's another property which is called display inline block. The inline block property says, hey, I'm going to act as a box, but I'm going to let other people come in my line or come on the same line, all right? So if I change this property and if I apply display inline block, just type it in. Now it says, okay, I'm gonna act as a box, but if I have remaining space on the right hand side or the left hand side, doesn't matter, I'm just gonna let other people come in. So since this was these both are actually inline block now, since I applied the property over here, it's gonna let the other one come in over here. And if there's more space remaining, if there's another div element, it's gonna let it come over here. So that is the difference between the three important values of the display property of CSS: inline, inline block, and block. So that's pretty much it for this video. This is a very important lesson when you're actually organizing your page into beautiful looking professional websites. Talk to you in the next video.